Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday. It's currently pretty chilly outside. It's about 46 and the wind is going. So I busted out one of my old Army waffle tops. They're great, by the way. So I just give you a quick recap of where I'm at, and I'm going to show you kind of what I've planned out for the electrical. So I'm going to spin you around. So the other day I was working on the lights, and I'll have another piece. But I've got these all done. These Wago lever nut connections are fantastic. Can't recommend them enough. So easy to put stuff together. Shout out to Explorers.life, Nate and Steph. Their channel is great. If you haven't seen any of their stuff, really good step-by-step tutorials. So anyway, I finished putting in more of the sound deadening, the roof. I've mocked up, don't mind the messy garage. I'll turn this way. So I've mocked up sort of where the AC and the max air fan is going to go. And same thing over here. I need to clean up what's left here. I took the sander and got the foam off of all of the cabinets so I could put the sticky stuff on. And so I need to do the ceiling yet. But I thought I'd go over the electrical with you and what I've kind of got planned out. Okay, I know you're not going to be able to read this, but what this is a list of things that are going to be in the ambulance and then what their voltages are. So I watched a video on Chad's Fab. He does a Chad Tech series and kind of made a list of what I was going to roughly need. And then what I did was I do have the diagram. So I just basically roughly went in for 12 volt stuff, 110 stuff. Mostly everything's 12 volt. So I kind of marked where things would go. Then I talked to the nice folks over at Battleborn, and what they did was they went through my list of needs, and I also had sent them the electrical diagram of this ambulance, just for grins, I guess. Anyway, this is the system that Jacob helped me design, or he designed it for me, let's be honest. So that is coming, a lot of that is coming on Wednesday. And then to refine things a little bit further, I watched a video by Greg Virgo. He does van conversion stuff, and basically took me through what was what. So what I did was just a regular sheet of paper. This is my 12 volt list. This is the cab, front of the vehicle, and then basically if it's outside in a compartment, it's on this side of the line. If it's inside in rough location of where it's going to be inside, is on the inside of the line. So mapped up some lights, just trying to figure out where to run things. And then same thing with the 120 side, or 110. You can tell how much I know about electricity, huh? So I've got that kind of roughly mapped out. On the back of this sheet of paper, again from Greg Virgo's video, he talks through how to figure out what the amps are. Now some things have what amp draw is on the item, but not everything. So I had to go through and either go open the item, because obviously it's not installed yet, to see what the manual said, or do the math as he goes through to figure out what the amps are. So I've got that all figured out. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm not as worried about the wiring as I probably should be. So today my goal is to kind of cut and fit, without gluing, the Thinsulate insulation that I bought for the walls. The roof will be 2-inch foam insulation board, which I have. That's why I've got all the junk in the barn. Anyway, so my goal is to start cutting some of this Thinsulate, and I'll probably just use my painter's tape, kind of put it in place, get all the cavities figured out, and also figure out some of my wire runs. I also ordered some white wire loom. I think you guys probably know what wire loom is, but it's this protective stuff that goes over your wires. Mosquito. But I ordered it in white, so I can differentiate what I've run from what was run in the ambulance. So that's the project for today, and we'll do some updates later. Okay, so here's a quick update. I've been putting the Thinsulate insulation in. Stuff is really difficult to cut everything that everyone said online I think is true. That you need a pair of shears that are for cloth. So I'm actually going to a big town tomorrow with a girlfriend of mine, and there is a craft store, so I'm going to pick up the proper shears because this is killing my hands. This is the Thinsulate. I don't know if you've probably seen it. Most van builders, there's always that high debate of what to use. Get this out of the way. So this is the Thinsulate insulation by 3M. Same stuff you probably have in your jacket. So it really starts to expand. You kind of see how thin it is here, but then it starts getting really fluffy. I'm keeping all these spare pieces because all these odds and ends for little nooks and crannies later when we're finished. So anyway, that's where we're at. I think I'm going to wrap it for today. It's been a long day, and get back at it tomorrow.